All right, so it's been some time. It's been, I think, like 9 days, 10 days since I last uploaded a video. It even feels a little strange to come back, acting like it's been over a year or something like that. But I definitely have given a lot of time away from trading. I haven't taken this much time off in a really long time, and feels good. It feels good. It feels like my life isn't consumed, absolutely just consumed by trading and the act of chasing. Just to be a little transparent, throughout this time, I've been diving more so into Carl Jung and his teachings of alchemy. It's been pretty eye opening, and a lot of it has resonated with me. Um, and I plan on bringing that into trading because one thing about Carl Jung and a lot of his students, they always say that the person that you fear the most is the exact person that you need to become. And it's a fusion. It's what he calls individuation, which is the merging of the unconscious and the conscious. Through this time, I've been looking in the mirror differently. I would always chalk everything up to psychology and, the subconscious mind and your nervous system, but in reality, that was only like the tip of the iceberg. Um, Understanding the fundamentals of self and your metaphysical composition helps you understand how to navigate life better. Everything when it comes to life really does have to do with understanding the information that was truly meant for us. We have been taught everything that we learn in school is a complete lie. And I'm sure a lot of people know that, but I don't think that they understand to the degree. And I say this, a lot of people, or some people who are closed minded or are still asleep, unfortunately, won't get that. They'll think it's an exaggeration. But the truth of the matter is that majority of people do not have the right information, and the right information will elevate your consciousness to the highest of levels, to give you the best side of you to understand yourself. And that's what Carl Jung has helped me to do. I know I've started this video off like in a more unorthodox way, but I say this because throughout this time, I've honestly, like, I've taken the majority of February off. I only traded 2 days. I did not trade for the rest of that week. I traded the second and the third. I didn't trade the rest of that week. I didn't trade the week after. I'm not planning on trading this week, and I don't think I'll be trading next week either. Today is also Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak to my fellow Muslims. May God bless you all. Throughout this time, I've been trading more at peace. I've realized, and I'm only gonna get a little bit into it. I do plan on having longer videos explaining exactly what it is I'm about to touch on. Sorry. Excuse me. But I've achieved peace. I've understood that the market cannot provide me anything. The market can't provide me money. The market can't provide me abundance. The market can't provide me peace. The market cannot provide me the lifestyle that I want. The market cannot provide me anything, for the sole reason it is the 3D. A lot of people will think that's bullshit. Like, what do you mean? The market is paying you. The market is giving you money. You're getting these payouts. You just made $3,000. Like, what do you mean? Like, the market is the reason that, you're able to have this money in your bank account to be able to afford this lifestyle, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's not true. That'll break the minds of the uninitiated. It's not true. You give yourself everything. See, I would be really frustrated with myself. Like, back then, I would be extremely frustrated with myself because my external would determine my internal emotion. But see, this path of alchemy has taught me that absolutely everything with this reality has to do with abiding by the fundamentals of this universe. No matter how we dress up life, no matter what we end up believing, at the end of the day, the sole creator, which is Allah, has made it simple. It's just broken down into energy, frequency, and vibration. Better said, the right order is energy, vibration, and then frequency. And then once you develop the right frequency, you end up materializing the right reality. We live in the matrix. It's an illusion. The only thing that is plugging us into this reality is our 5 senses. But if those are all stripped away, we are still left with consciousness. We can still be aware of ourselves. And I know, people who might be watching this be like, what the fuck are we talking about? Astaghfirullah. Didn't mean to curse. This Ramadan, I do not want to use profanity the way that I would before. But we live in this illusion, and we put it on a pedestal. And reading what I've already read from Carl Jung so far, it already is evident to me why Christianity is attacked. And it's because Christianity seems to be the alchemical religion. They demonize Christianity and make fun of it so much. Christianity is 1000% without a shadow of a doubt the most made fun of and tarnished religion on this entire planet. And I am believing that it's because it is a direct correlation to alchemy, which is the process of turning lead into gold. Turning lead into gold is refining the soul. Refining the soul has to do with heightening your self-awareness, therefore raising your consciousness. And then you have the ability to act as Christ. You reach Christ consciousness. You're able to materialize as you please. You understand the fundamentals and understand how to approach and apply the fundamentals of this universe, which is allowing you to materialize the desired reality that you want. The elites don't want that. And as uncorrelated as all of this seem, or some people might deem this to be too deep for trading, why do you think most people end up in a very similar position when it comes to becoming profitable? They all think the same things. They all say the same things. And it's because they went through the alchemical process. They're not desensitized. They just understand their emotions. They have a deep relationship with themselves. They are very aware. They're hyper aware of everything around them, in and around them. Everybody who is still struggling with profitability has to do, psychology, blah, 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 blah. In reality, it's just you are not in alignment with the identity that creates that as a byproduct, that reality. You have not normalized it. It's not normal to you. You're still in a battle with the old self and the new self. I'm in the current process of, I'm not even fighting my old self. My old self is just in the process of dying. And I am going through those stages. I've listed out those stages as laughter, patience, disbelief, desperation, anger, exhaustion, death. 7 stages. Laughter, the old self laughs at you because majority of people, they say that they want to change, but they don't. And the old self knows this. Because in order to remove power from the old self, you must maintain the frequency of the reality in which you want to desire. Which you desire. After that goes patience. The old self laughs. It's like, okay, but I'll give you a shot. But he knows that he or she knows that you're not serious. So there's where patience comes into play. Patience is where most people fail, because the old self likes to take advantage of any single moment that it can cause you to slip up, and then cause one little thing and turns it into a catalyst that just reinforces and reaffirms all of previous identities that keep you entrapped into that one frequency that is materializing the desire that you were trying to escape. The reality that you're trying to escape. Sorry. After that, if you can get through patience, there comes disbelief. Disbelief is when the old self realizes that you're serious. You have enhanced your self-awareness and you are maintaining the frequency, and it's in shock. This is when things start turning on the old self. After you can go through that for a while, then desperation comes into play. Desperation is when the old self starts trying to create these situations in your life, or highlight certain situations, or things that might not be in complete alignment with you. Take advantage of little small situations that didn't go according to plan, exacerbating things that contradict what you're trying to manifest, trying to highlight the fact that you weren't right, you couldn't do this. See, look, reality is not obeying you. Once you can get over that, then anger comes in. After that, desperation kicks in. Sorry. Desperation it really starts trying. It turns it up a notch. Then you have anger, highest notch. And then comes exhaustion, where it's really giving up. Your nervous system is starting to acclimate, and you stop operating from a place where you're always activating the parasympathetic nervous system, and you just reach death. Currently in this process, I'm reaching the anger phase. I'm 100% in the desperation phase. My mind tries any single moment to take advantage of something, to give me self-doubt, or start overthinking. And I know that those are the mechanisms of the old self. And once I just, I acknowledge it. Oh, that's overthinking. Or that's self-doubt. That's the old self. Like, we're really trying to get something going. Because it's been like 2 weeks now. It's been like 2 weeks now since the old self has just been losing. But anyways, I know, it's been 14 minutes since I started this video. But the real premise of this video was to remind myself that I'm about to come back to trading. Maybe not this week, maybe next week. But I've been fond of the way that I've been paper trading. I've been strictly, like when I mean strictly trading for a day, 4 hour, or the daily. And I approach it from this very detached sense of this approach. I realize that the market is the 3D. The 3D cannot affect the 5D. I'm a 5D trader trading a externalized 3D product, being the market. The market cannot affect me. The market cannot take away from me. The market cannot give me. I can only give myself. And that is a fact by applying real fundamentals. Your external world is only dictated by your internal beliefs and energy. The energy that you emit will then create a sense, like a little vibration that with time, if nurtured properly, whether good or bad, creates a frequency, and that frequency therefore materializes itself into reality. I no longer emit the frequency of lack. I no longer emit the frequency of I need this, or desperation, separation. I no longer emit that frequency. I am secure in myself. I swim in the river of currency. Everybody in this game is here for money. And that's what the market makers are taking advantage of. They know that you're approaching this from a separated state of mind, which is the illusion. You are already wealthy. I'm just making this video to remind myself. You know, at the end of the day, the market is the easiest avenue that my old self has to regaining any energy from me. But I think that this time around I'm coming back with a better approach. So yeah, I know there was like very little structure in this video. I honestly was just trying to freeball it. But this video was more so for me. Just approach it detached. The only thing that I will say is absolutely lame as fuck. I mean, sorry. Is extremely lame. Is the fact that I can't hold overnight trades. That really sucks. But I mean, I'll do what I can. I just feel super detached. I don't care for the outcome anymore, because I'm very secure in myself. I feel like I'm brand new. Anyways, almost 20 minutes. I'm going to leave you guys off with this note. If you've stayed this long, you deserve it. So, about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I like to reverse engineer things. And I realized that I'm looking over here because this is what's on my board. And there's two stages, because I have this whiteboard right here. I have a whiteboard that you cannot see, and I have another whiteboard right here. The whiteboard behind me, it lists out where the issues stem from when it comes to a majority of people's problem when they're not profitable. And it has to do with the fact that you are already predisposing your mind to dopamine. Dopamine is what triggers your nervous system and your brain to go into a seeking behavior, because once you are experiencing dopamine, your body is going to crave it. And since you are associating that dopamine to trading, because the thing is, what starts the entire process is your imagination to what if, your imagination to the life that you want. You feel that it's outside of yourself, you feel that you're separated from it, so you are receiving dopamine because it's not normalized. Anything that is normalized to you doesn't really give you the same dopamine, because it's true. Anything that you have already experienced, you already know how it goes. It usually new experiences, or things that you're accustomed to, not drugs, will kind of not really spike your dopamine. But things, especially like trading, will spike your dopamine because you're constantly going to be receiving. It's gambling. It's honestly gambling. It's predictable and probable gambling, with a high edge. And you seeing the opportunities, you seeing what you can do, you seeing the possible realities that you can experience, that's what's giving you that dopamine. So when you enter the day with that dopamine, your mind is, instead of in a state where it's processing this as information, being the candlesticks, triggers, your edge, applying the real fundamentals of the market. Now your mind is completely in a seeking reward behavior. So it's the trigger, which is imaginated reality. Why? You watch price, and then your brain attaches meaning to that moment, which is transcribed into, like, this could be it. After that, the future becomes, dude, I cannot see, I don't have my glasses. The future becomes mentally real. After that process, the brain releases dopamine, and this is where you are anticipating reward. The brain is now anticipating a reward. After that, now your brain is expecting the reward. And anything that your brain deems as uncertainty, it takes it as a threat. So after uncertainty threatens the reward, arousal arises. So now your brain is looking for a way to satisfy that urge. And then the urge to act appears, and you take action. You take a trade to resolve it. Now your brain doesn't care about if this trade was good or bad. Your brain doesn't care about any of that. It just cares about resolving what was an issue. Your brain is a tool to solve problems, and that's all it's trying to do. But everything starts with your perception. Everything starts with how you're approaching the day. See, a lot of esoteric information actually helps transcend you into the right trader, and unfortunately a lot of the guys out there on YouTube just don't understand that. It's not psychology. It's not you chasing. It's literally the illusion that your external reality is going to dictate how you internally feel. That is bullshit. The external will never affect the internal. Truly, it is an illusion that it does. In reality, you are experiencing an external that your internal has already created, and your external is only reaffirming what your internal is already saying. So it's just a chain reaction. The external reality that a lot of people are experiencing that they don't want to experience has already been created from an internal state of being. And all reality is doing, the entire function of reality and your brain, being your reticular activating system, and the energy that you're emitting, is all to just feed. It's all to... it's just to feed exactly what it created. There is no morality in this universe. There is no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. There's only mechanics, and people don't understand that. So you know, you guys are trying to escape a reality of poverty and all these things, but you're still emitting that frequency. And then you want to understand, why does your reality only show that? Well, it's because you're emitting that frequency. Your internal has already created that external, and your external is only reaffirming the internal. So your reticular activating system is just picking up on those things, and then you act out of that frequency. You're not shifting identities. You can't experience a new reality until you change internally, and changing internally is the alchemical process. So this is way beyond psychology. This is literally alchemy. That's what you're not understanding. This is what I have come to understand. It's literally a process of alchemy, and nobody on YouTube, nobody in the training community is talking about this shit. It's literally alchemy. Transmuting the shadow and integrating it into your life to understand yourself better. And through the process of individuation, you raise your frequency, or not raise your frequency, you raise your self-awareness that requires a higher frequency. You emit emotions that you consciously are aware of that are conducive to the reality that you desire. And then through time, which does help your nervous system normalize it, you will see reality materialize itself into exactly what you want. Now, I can go deeper into all these topics. I do have to go, but you know, I just wanted to record this video really for myself, like I stated before. You guys definitely caught me in a little flow state, but on that note, and also don't mind the mess. I took my laundry out and I didn't have time, so goodbye.